Introducing first, on his way to the ring from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, he weighed in at 233 pounds, the All-American, Spencer Slade.
Well, Lendl, a man that has been absolutely unbearable to listen to as of late. He is, he is very skilled. He is an athlete. He has a master's degree, and he is wearing that medal around his neck to solidify and signify his All-American status in collegiate football. But Spencer Slade has been on this mission as of late to just prove that he's better than everybody. He's more legitimate than everybody. He is bigger. He's badder. And all of these, in his mind, in his words, cosplaying wrestlers and cosplaying fans, which ironically some are because it's Halloween, but they're all beneath him, and Spencer feels that the main event here in IWC is almost a birthright to him.
Well, you know, Spencer took a rough couple first months into the business to heart, and he's changed his entire attitude. This is a different person, and you look at him. Yeah, you look great. You know, you look great. You have the accolades, but he hasn't done anything yet in IWC, Joe.
And his opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 175 pounds, the Sky Prince, Anothony Young.
I really liked A1's outing at feature presentation that we saw a clip of a moment ago, defeating Vic Braun, Buildup Archer, and most notably Angelic, a 16-year IWC veteran. In a four-way matchup, Anothony Young is still in his rookie year, but we've seen him in championship matches. We've seen him in main events. A1 has taken the most of this opportunity, and he has expanded his career. He's challenged some of the best, and A1 has made himself one to watch.
Well, Joe, in the 1990s, growing up watching basketball, there was Michael Jordan and there was Dennis Rodman. Both were exceptional talents, but the attitude of Michael Jordan, so much superior to the attitude or lack of good attitude, I should say, on the part of Dennis Rodman. And that's how I'm feeling right now between these two. Spencer Slade has that owe it all to me attitude, whereas Anothony Young is, you know, taking the more humble route.
Michael Jordan was never in the NWO, though, so he's got that working against him. And here's the thing, that my question about Spencer Slade, though, is this, okay, he says that nobody in IWC is believable and they're not at this level and he's so much better than everybody. I mean, Johnny Patch not beat him? I mean, he's not won all his matches here. Spencer Slade's not undefeated, so you can think you're as bad as the baddest guy on the block, but if you don't get the job done between the ropes, something to be said about that. And these are two young athletes who, if you wanted to look at, you know, God, there's so many people that can describe the future of IWC. We saw the RCs and the Mandimes and the Nystroms and the Cole Carters, but I mean, these two are on the list, and these two are near the top of that list. A1 and Spencer are coming into their own, and again, things are shaking up. Things are different. Things are there's been a lot of uncertainty all year, not just tonight, but all year. And who's going to make the most of that opportunity? You got to look at Spencer. You got to look at A1 as two guys who have skyrocketed here throughout 2020.
And you see the difference is, you know, Joe, Anothony Young would take that as a huge compliment being on that list. Spencer Slade doesn't think he should be on that list. He thinks he should be at the top of the list. And he's probably going to watch this back and think it's a little disrespectful that you haven't put him at the top of the list, Joe.
Well, that's too bad. I don't know what to say to him, and I think Spencer may feel he wants the world handed to him, and there's, you know, something to be said about earning. There's something to be said about working your way up the ladder. And no, there are no handouts here in IWC. There's no free gifts here. If you can't survive, next. See you later. There have been plenty of guys who've come into IWC with great bodies, athletic backgrounds, but they couldn't cut it, and they were gone. Spencer's outlasted most of them, and I think he will outlast all of them. I think Spencer's going to have a great career, but it's not his birthright. It's not going to come to him on a silver platter. And A1 showing he's going to fight from underneath here. A couple of deep arm drags, pace quickens, and the Sky Prince elevates and takes Spencer down with a Hurricane Rana.
Absolutely. So, Joe, you want to bring up the point that we're not dismissing the future of Spencer Slade by any means. But the fact is that he has to earn that future, and it's going to start with a couple wins. You want championship matches, you want main events. You're going to have to get a couple big wins, and it's going to start tonight over A1.
I think Spencer resents the fact that the A1s and the Johnny Patches and these super indie competitors have gotten so much attention in recent months, in his opinion, at his expense, as A1 a step ahead of Spencer, who tried to counter out of an attempted high-risk move. And I think Spencer's upset about high-risk moves. He doesn't like flips. He can't do them, as low bridge sends him to the floor. So I don't think Spencer thinks anybody else should be allowed to do them either.
No, Spencer can't even get in the ring at this point. And what a dive, perfectly timed and executed by A1.
The A1 the tope, and he got distance on it. Spencer tried to keep his body out of reach of A1, but I think underestimated what Anothony Young is capable of. Spencer back in the ring, and the quick, wide open pace benefits Anothony Young, who charges through off the springboard. He caught Spencer Slade flush into the cover for 2.
How impressive was that, Joe? Just a couple steps into the moving shooting star. Unbelievable athleticism from A1.
This matchup stays as wide open as it is right now. Oh, and Spencer saw an opening into that ankle lock.
And this is the first time we've seen Spencer go for that ankle lock in this match. We've seen Spencer use that as almost a signature move.
Well, he's been just meticulous with it. He's been relentless with it in his past couple of matches. Like the proverbial shark to blood has been Spencer and picking an ankle. And A1 creates that distance. Spencer dazed in the corner.
Especially when you're facing a quicker individual in Anothony Young, that you want to break down those legs. You want to keep them grounded.
And what a difference a month makes, because back at Super Indy, these two men were on the same team. These two men were representing IWC in that all-star matchup. And we saw at the conclusion of that matchup, Spencer just kind of walked off from his team.
Well, I don't think Spencer really appreciated being put on that team, even though you mentioned it was an IWC All-Star Showcase. You know, the name says it all. You should be, so appreciative that you're put into a match like that, but Spencer took it the wrong way. He didn't want to be on that team. He wants to be Team IWC himself.
A textbook belly-to-belly by the high school football state champion, by the Outstanding Collegiate Athlete Award winner. He's got a master's degree. He's an All-American. Spencer considers himself the total package, athletic and academic, and it's hard to argue. And now you notice with Spencer in control, he has slowed this tempo, he has grounded this matchup, and he has taken away Anothony Young's most dangerous weapon, and that's his ability to take flight.
Well, earlier, Joe, I was trying to get in a meeting with Justin Plummer, talk to him about a few things that were going on with tonight's event, and I couldn't talk to him because Spencer was already in his office trying to list his credentials, trying to explain why Spencer should be the 5th man on Team IWC tonight.
Well, we have heard no news or updates on who that 5th man will be. If there is a 5th man, Anothony Young went to go springboard, went to come off with that side kick, and Spencer again picked the ankle, caught him, and right in the center of the ring, A1's trying to battle out, but nice roll through by A1. He was able to plant his free foot and roll forward. The momentum carried Spencer into the corner, but Spencer. Anothony went for that prawn hold, and you don't want to get in the grip of Spencer. Spencer can grab you in that waist lock, take you over those suplexes. You're done for. And that almost wheelbarrow-style German suplex, Spencer showing off that power.
Yeah, you're strong, you're big, you're tough. You got him down. Now capitalize. Keep him down, get the cover, finish the match. Inexperience from Spencer this time going into the cover.
2 count only. Those rookie mistakes, I think Spencer would want to argue with you on, but I mean, bottom line, they're there. Sometimes you can be a little too sure of yourself, and Anothony Young's going to be a tough man to keep down. We saw him survive TLC rules. We saw him survive the 4-way a few weeks ago, the All-Star match at Super Indy. A1's used to having his back against the wall, used to being tested in situations where otherwise with anybody else you might look and say, hey, he's in over his head a little bit, but A1 more often than not shines in those environments.
My goodness, Joe, look at the torque of the leg on this submission here from Spencer.
Yeah, I noticed A1 was near a rope, and Spencer pulls it away. It's that cradle, it's that cradle! A1 nearly put away Spencer with an upset, and what would have happened? What would Spencer's reaction be if that would have been a 3 count? Nice double underhook. And you see the faraway look in the eye of A1, and that concerns me. I don't know that he's all there right now. Spencer says, fear the gear. And nice elevation, vertical leap on that elbow. Beautifully done, and only a count of 2. And Spencer may be pound for pound best athlete on this entire roster. And, you know, that's what makes him so dangerous. I mean, I don't agree with the way he puts down these fans. I don't agree with the way he puts down everybody else in the locker room. But his own credentials, when he talks about himself, I mean, yeah, he's a little too full of himself. But all of his accolades and accomplishments, they're 100% factual. They're spot on, and Spencer's only going to get better.
Yeah, what about that technique right there, Joe? That was just nothing but a hard right hand. Another one.
You don't learn that in college.
Do you think Spencer's getting frustrated here that he has to pull out these fists, or what do you think?
I think Spencer woke up frustrated. I think he was frustrated pulling in to the parking lot because, as you said, he's not the 5th guy. He's not the main event. We're not just throwing title belts and money at him just to keep him happy. And Spencer, I think, resents the fact, oh, you got to put in the work. And wrestling is like nothing else. Professional wrestling isn't even like amateur wrestling. It's not like college football. It's not like any other sport. There's so many different dimensions and layers to it, and it takes, honestly, a lifetime to learn them all. And A1 now slips at the back door of Spencer Slade, but Spencer back to that ankle.
For the 3rd time, Spencer Slade going right to the ankle of Anthony Young. He's in the middle of the ring. This could be dangerous, Joe.
Yeah, and notice Spencer is high up. He's got a vertical base. A1 is almost upside down at this point. He's not only having that ankle contorted, but being twisted almost upside down. A1 kicks free, breaks the grip, but you can see the damage done. And the belly to belly. God, and I hate to say it, but I don't know if there's a prettier suplex in IWC than one thrown by Spencer Slade.
Absolutely, Joe. The technique, uncomparable. But here we go again. He has his man grounded, and he's taunting to the crowd again. I think this is a mistake. He's taking the time to adjust his headgear. He's waiting for Anthony Young to turn around.
And it's almost like, oh, wait a minute, that fireman's carry slam, A1 counters. I was going to mention, I mean, we talked about the hearing disability that Spencer's had. Oh, got the cutter in!
And just like that, Joe, momentum flipped into the side of Anthony Young. And Spencer's probably regretting that that unsportsmanlike conduct, if you want to call it that.
He calls that the Prince's Bow, and Spencer Slade is down. Spencer Slade is in a bad way right now, but A1 may be worse off. He's having trouble breathing. His ankle's injured, and he can't get to Spencer before Spencer rolls outside the ring.
What a match this is, Joe. Both men trying to get to the next level here in IWC, and win or lose, I'm very impressed with both of these individuals. Have been for months, just not Spencer's attitude. Very impressed with his technique in the ring, just not him personally.
And I made the point a moment ago. We mentioned about Spencer's hearing disability. He's hearing impaired. And that used to be a source of inspiration. We'd love to tell that story about Spencer, but Spencer seems to be more and more about bragging about it, as if to show off the fact, hey, I couldn't even hear and I could accomplish all this. Imagine what I could do if I had the full ability in my senses. And Spencer's almost using that as a crutch now. And speaking of crutches, A1 may need one. Back in the ankle lock, back being tortured, and Spencer back over top of A1, who rolls through a 3rd time. Oh, and he couldn't kick off.
Oh, he can't get out this time, Joe. I think A1 needs to maybe think about giving this one up, live to fight another day.
Spencer's got those hands and those arms clasped together. You can see almost like a sleeper hold type position. And when he's grabbing onto his inner arm like that, A1 can't break that grip. He's stuck in this ankle lock.
He's thinking about it, Joe.
Walter got it. Shoulders down for 2. A1 looking for, you got to consider at least a mild upset now. Spencer, the German suplex, he hangs on.
That might have been A1's best chance to win this match, as now he is stuck in the clutches of the much stronger Spencer Slade with these repeat German suplexes. A1's out of it.
A1 is in a bad way, or maybe I spoke too soon, perhaps playing possum. It's a Curry. A1 caught Spencer high. That was a, oh, look at this!
German of his own.
A1 is matching Spencer at his own game.
But how much pressure is on that ankle, Joe? How much pressure is on the leg of Anthony Young just to stand in this match?
And when Spencer the roll up, scoops him up.
That's the power.
As if A1 was weightless, plants him down another near fall.
A1 just won't stay down, Joe. He may have a broken ankle. He may not be able to get any oxygen into his system, but he has enough to get that shoulder up each and every time.
The look on Spencer's face tells the story. Shocked that somebody that he feels to be athletically beneath him is hanging with him, and in some cases, getting the better of him.
Now the frustration.
Well, Spencer could stay out here all night and suplex somebody. He's not going to get tired. He's not going to get bored. A1 doesn't see what's coming. And Spencer!
I think that was just instinct, Joe. I think A1 just got out of the way at the nick of time just because he felt Slade coming.
Spencer hit the post. And a thrust kick right to that left ear. Spencer is limp.
But you notice the headgear. That might have actually been a saving grace for Spencer Slade. That kick into the head. The other side of the head might have collided with the ring post, Joe. We weren't able to get a good shot of it from here. But if it did, that protective headgear would definitely lessen the blow.
And going for that cutter again. The Prince's bow was countered. And Spencer.
No!
Look at this! A1! The coordination and a kick out.
How was he able to reverse that, Joe? I thought it was over.
Reverse it. How was A1 able to elevate Spencer? Spencer's a big boy. And A1, I mean, there's no stranger here, not breaking any headline news. He's more in the cruiserweight weight class than he is a heavyweight. But he was able to just muscle and will Spencer Slade up and over in that fisherman driver. And we've seen A1 pull out some of his best offense here. It has not been enough. I think A1's asking the same question Spencer is. How do I beat this guy?
Again, going for the Olympic-style slam, and the referee catches the boot.
Referee gets caught up in the action, unfortunately. And in that moment's lapse, the fireman carries slam at Spencer Slade.
Here is your winner, the All-American, Spencer Slade.
Well, Spencer got the victory. Not going to doubt that, but I think A1 showed, had this matchup gone a little bit differently, and at points it was down to a matter of seconds. A1 could have won this matchup. A1 could have come out on top. Spencer Slade a little bit better here tonight. And whatever braggadocious videos he wants to post online and act like he's so superior to everybody, A1 showed he can hang. A1 showed that if Spencer wants to get to the top of IWC, should there be an IWC after tonight, he's got to put his working boots on.
Well, Joe, I can tell you I'm happy I'm here in the broadcast booth with you and not backstage, because you've got to think as soon as Spencer Slade gets backstage, he's going to start campaigning again to be the fifth man.
And you know what? At this point, it could be Spencer Slade as good as it could be anybody, as much as it could be anybody.
No.
My sources have not told me yet of anybody else in the locker room.
There's got to be somebody
It's
back
not
there,
already
Joe.
scheduled on the event.
There's got to be somebody that wants to step up for hell, I'll do it, Joe. If we don't have a fifth man, I'll go down there. I'll get my ass beat, but I'll fight for this company, Joe.
I appreciate that, but, I mean, we need somebody to hold their own with the likes